Ooh, perfect. Arakni. Because Breakdown Protos to me is definitely on the chopping block, right? So I'm kind of happy with where this deck's at. Still a little bit of tweaking. I've got live games at an armory later, so I'll give the deck a test there, and then ProQuest, where as long as I feel he can place averagely, I'm more than happy to take Maxx. But it's been a rough time, right? But again, the way the deck plays and feels, I do quite enjoy. It's just you still have those awful hands where you just draw horrendously. Uh, Big Leave No Witness. What cards do I want to get rid of? I kind of want to get rid of both the Zipper Hit and the Jumpstart for something a little bit cheaper with this hand, since I want to play the Penetration script. So I'm probably taking the damage. What reaction sort of screws me up? Is there a reaction that screws me up? I don't think so. I think that's fine. Get rid of my top card, let it be something I wouldn't want in my hand. Expedite. Yeah, that kind of would have helped. There would have been a chance at the penetration script. Well. So, yeah. Liking Maxx, but he's still rough around the edges. Still has just the case example. He just has the awful luck of drawing absolute garbage like this where I cannot do anything. And I am half tempted to concede because this is just such a loss in tempo. I mean, I suppose the scenario is I throw out Boom Grenade uncrank. Yeah, I throw out Boom Grenade without. Do I get rid of the bias update? Just get rid of the bias note? I can still Wrench Swing, which is something. No, but I can't if I crank it. It's just a dead item. You know what? In this case, I'd rather throw out Penetration Script. Alright. Better. Ish. I liked you last turn. Yeah. This has been my life. I've been playing basically Maxx non-stop for the past couple weeks, right? And feels so rough. Match Card of the deck is fine. I mean, that's mill into boosting is also pretty awful. God, how do I get to the point? And crank and lose that Hype Driver with the super up, so I guess it's just full-blown damage and we're trying to just burst them down. They crack Black Tech here? I feel like we're too high of HP to crack Black Tech. Because don't you kind of want to chain it with two more dastardly cards rather than just, I mean, 1 for 5, we like 1 for 5s. I did get rid of them, though. God. Why couldn't this be any item? That's another thing. There's just slight tweaks to everything Maxx has and everything Maxx got that could have made it just that little bit better. I'm just going to take the 5. We're just going to go aggro back and forth, I think. I have the penetration script, so we're sending the damage. What's better than a 1 for 5 or 0 for 5 that also pressures 4? So hopefully we debilitate their whole hand. Then Banksy just continue with the penetration script. That one loss of tempo. Just so they sent their whole hand. Kind of bad, right? Because it could have been, 3 less damage, roughly. Or at least they could have been significantly lower. So, Medex, pitch, boost. We want to hit a hyperdriver, right? I'd like another 4. Oops, you know what? I always completely forget. Sorry, I'm like full tilted this game. Forgive me, player. This is the prime example of when you kind of feel just giving up on Maxx. That one turn. I mean, I've done my best to balance the items, right? We take 2 boom grenades. I really enjoy penetration scripts. It's a yellow pitchable, or again, it's crank into Banksy and the +1s, right? Plus then just the threat of Banksy. So it's kind of why I feel like Clan Press could have been a 1 cost. Because yes, it is pretty godly, but for making up on Maxx and trenches aren't yet a full blown, economist thing. It's definitely rough. Seems like they're letting the boom grenade through. We have 2 resources. I don't need 2 Foundry Hearts. Since I want to crank. Well, actually, I don't want to crank because we already cranked. Was that correct? I want no, Boom Grenade. Sorry, yeah, I'm fully tilted this game. I'm not thinking. I should be thinking. Fast and Furious is online. Soup Up is online. I can preserve the Hyperdriver and still swim with Banksy. Right? So, but clawing back damage-wise, still going to be awfully rough. They can buy back Black Tech as well. That's another reason I should probably have not let the Annihilate the Armed back. right? Considering we're mostly attack action cards. I do it. I'm just, because it's a penetration script. Because chances are they block out the Banksy. Watch Foundry Heart now hit a Hyperdriver, right? Because again, that ordering. I wish Maxx had a pseudo -IO ability, right? Where it was just, you could see the top card of your deck. You can't do anything with it. You could just see it, so you could line up things a little bit nicer. But, alas. Here we are. Block the 3, please. Give me a card. I'll take a card over prolonging penetration script at this point. At least we're, pseudo ahead on life, right? We've clawed back. We still have all our armor too, so I can start playing defensively. And there's always the hope of quick dodge landing. I don't know if it's correct against Assassin. But I take Achilles because I want the AB, and I have to take all 73 cards because Count Your Blessings is still a thing, and I've been milled out by Assassin too often. They're letting it through. Or do they have another? Nope, they're letting it through. No defense reaction. It hurts my head. Fused Titanium, I do actually like, right? It's pop-up prism, which does feel kind of necessary. Dual threat first was weird. Do they undo? Yeah, good. Good. We're both making mistakes this game. That makes me feel better. Obviously, I don't want 2 Hyperdrivers back-to-back, right? I think that'd be kind of hard with 9 cards in a 73 card deck. But anyway, Bonds of Agony. So it's a 7. 1. They don't have the resources. Well, they do have the resources. This doesn't count as a reaction though. And they're not wagering. This is a very weird Arakni deck, I've got to say. Well, I'm definitely throwing that out because I want to throw it out. I guess I want to avoid the damage, although I should probably save the pieces for other stuff. But just 1 react. 2 react. An action. They don't have 3 reacts. Not missing anything? I take the 2. I get rid of the yellow since I'm pitching Infuse. Now I'm screwed. Guess I can end with a big push. I get Clamp Press into play. That's the crank. That floats 1. That gets me to 2. That gets me to 3. So I am fine. Especially if I do it first. Is it correct to do it first or second? That gets me 1 resource. They even out. It's whether or not I want a Foundry Heart, which I don't think I want a Foundry Heart, in all honesty. I'm going to do that first. Just a little bit of action point, right? Rebrand Maxx. Hear me out. No Hyperdriver. No create Hyperdriver. It can still be Hyperdriver's control get crank. First time you crank each turn, it doesn't remove a Steam counter. Or, yeah, no. Yeah, no. Something like that. Anyway, I'll take the blocks. It's Clamp Press. Swing. Done. I'm still going on the penetration script, since Clamp Press hangs around for another turn. And that should put us in a pretty decent position to try and then run over this Arakni, who I do kind of want to see the whole deck list. Mage Gold. Interesting. I mean, I suppose it does have a decent chance of landing. I don't know why you'd half block. I guess just to avoid damage. Thunder. Manage to top. Create some silver. I think that's fine. Embolism too. Is this a... No, they have Leave No Witness in Bonds. I was going to say, is this like a CC blue version? How much damage do we have? 5, 6, 11, 17. As long as my math is right, I need to crank an item to get the red swing, though. I get a resource there. So Zip Hit's covered, that's covered. There is an ordering where I can throw out the Hyperdriver and still be fine, I think. Should really count, but again, I'm barely tilted this game. We'll take the 7 and see what happens. I think I can. I hope I can. Let's see. Let's see where things take us. So that puts me to 3, that puts me to 1, that puts me to 2, that puts me to 3, that puts me to... Ah, I missed the Banksy. That's fine. It's just this into Fast and Furious into Banksy. Actually, I still want to crank then, don't I? Puts me to 1, puts me to 2, puts me to can't play. What about you? Puts me to 1, puts me to 2. This is annoying. Is it just straight Hoons for the damage? Does it just play the hand for the damage and not worry about preserving? No, it has to still be about preserving. I'm just gonna give up the Hyperdriver for whatever reason. Just so that I can preserve an item, or at least, try and get them to block. And then Steel Street Hoon's going to the arsenal. It's not the worst thing. it's a nice-ish finisher. Again, I kind of wish it was 2 cost. I mean, yeah, I get a 3 for 5 is really good, but it's a 3 for 5 that's conditional. God. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, which is worth more? Since it's going the arsenal, meaning our resources are a bit more struggling, I'm going to put it on the penetration script. And this should be about a +3 rather than a +2. And we have 2 hyperdrivers. Same. Well, I'm not blocking. Oh, thank God, this gets destroyed. Super Up's actually live. This is actually a really good aggro turn. Another reason why I like Super Up is the destruction trigger. I think we clawed it back, but yeah, if this doesn't exemplify just how tilting Maxx can be sometimes, just, again, pure RNG, because the deck is just awfully not consistent, right? Again, Dash IO, being able to look at the top value deck and then play the item as well, get netting the action point, the Symbiosis shot, right, is a huge difference. Dual threat, Graven Call? Leave no witness. As a 7. That's decent. We have 3. I can also galvanize. Do I care about the Steel Street Hoons? I don't, in all honesty. 5, 10, 15. We should have plenty of damage. I mean, just in case we don't, I should probably do that. But I feel like we're fine. More value in playing the soup ups than, again, trying to work in a 3-cost blue. At least Hyperdriver in a pinch can be a 0-2. Or a 1-3. Or a 2-4. Not horrendous as a blue card. I guess they didn't expect me to let it through. Interesting. Big raises? No. Mask of Perdition, that's the one I'm thinking. Adds to it. I want to know what they want to fetch. Is it just to get an extra attack action, I suppose. So what are we doing? Just sending the soup ups. Take a 5. What does that Blade Break? I'd like to see a reprinted version of this, because it is a nice effect. And we didn't fatigue this match either. Definitely nice. But, yeah, their deck intrigues me. Ever so slightly. Pulse Wave, doesn't really matter at this point. Boost, double block, and then Wrench does it. Right? They can't get to 3. Suppose they could take 2 and then block out the Wrench, which would be actually the better play. Right? Buys them another turn. Yeah. And then also denies the Banksy into the penetration script. Means I'm probably just not going to mill myself. I'd rather get the 2 counters. Well, do I want to give them the Arsenal card? I suppose depleting their hand is better. Yes, why can you land on the Banksy? Get there. Right. Interesting. Ah, okay. That makes sense. Right. Very weird game. Horrible opening. I can't... This is only played cards, right, isn't it? No, zeros. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I guess it's like a mimic of big arrows, right? To some extent. I mean, obviously, Bonds of Agony, Leave No Witness. A lot of the assassin cards are very devastating as well. But you know, some of this could definitely be changed for the same objective. Interesting deck. Anyway, yeah, Maxx. If things go well, again, by going well I mean doing averagely as Maxx rather than, you know, bottomish barrel. then I think I'll do a proper, you know, breakdown on the deck. Plus, again, there's still a few things I might tweak. Breaker Helm for like Crown of Providence is definitely a thought. I like the 2 outs. Again, as you saw, we draw terribly with hyperdrivers, right? It's just awful luck. So, yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoyed.